Hello everyone and welcome back to some more rapid action on leeches. Since you guys are enjoying these games so much, I decided to continue with the series, and yeah, we're continuing 10 minutes per player, 0 seconds increment, and let's see who our opponent is for this round. If there will be more stuff happening in the chess world, I will mostly focus on that. But now there is one game that I will cover today from the London chess class. If you guys have any other cool suggestions, also let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, let's play some rapid and hope to get some nice games here. Our opponent is XYZ64 from Germany, and he goes for e4. We're gonna continue our story of the hyper-accelerated dragon and see where it takes us. So there are many ways to meet this. You could play c3, d3, d4, bishop c4. You know, people play all sorts of stuff against this. You probably play even g3 if you want. I mean, anything is possible. d4 is sort of the main line, and this is where you know, it gets interesting. So he doesn't want to go for the crazy line. He goes for this. He will go for the Marozzi bind structure. We're gonna continue simply developing. Bring the knight in, open up our light square bishop, and that's the standard stuff. We're gonna hopefully trade the knight here, get to the bishop over to c6 to gain control of this diagonal, and that will be our plan. We played this with the white pieces against a very strong opponent with the black pieces, and he was able to outplay us simply because he got a very strong outpost for his knight. And you know, we might also be able to do something like that. So we should always be on the lookout. Since sometimes my opponent will be playing the same line that I play with that color, and then I also learned something from that perspective. But yeah, sometimes I will misplay this opening really bad because I'm not a hyper accelerated dragon player. I pretty much played the Scandinavian for like the past 5 years, but I want to become a hyper accelerated dragon player. So sorry if I sometimes make like a really bad move in the opening, but if we survive the opening, we should get a decent game. Okay, so bishop d2, again, very standard of the Marozzi. You can play g3, put the bishop here. But yeah, even that will be possible. So we're gonna develop our knight, castle. There are even some in the dragon. There are even some knight to g4 ideas where you can give up this knight sort of to get the bishop in, and queen captures. You're gonna pick up the knight on d4, but I don't know if it's an idea here. Sort of to get more room in. Because, okay, now if I go, he could even capture here. I capture the bishop. He captures the queen. I capture the queen. Looks very scary. Yeah, but I'm gonna lose way too much time if I go calculating that. And I don't even think it's like something that's good for black. I think it's something sort of a line that you can play in order to reduce material on the board. Yeah, let's go bishop d7. But yeah, we'll check after the game. Maybe it's interesting. Yeah, probably play something like b3, maybe king h1, maybe some f4 action, or he will play a bit more passive. Next moves are something like knight captures here to shift the bishop over here, and then get the knight here to trade off the bishops as well. Yeah, let's go a5 first. No need to rush that. We'll still wait with it. Okay. Since b3 now could be a good idea, but then he sort of weakens the knight here. Could also be an issue for him. Maybe not a big one, but hmm. Yeah, he definitely solved his problems that he might have had with this. So let's just keep it simple. Let's just keep it simple, and he will show us how to do this. But okay, we definitely solved the problem of the light square bishop that I've been having for the past few games. Now it's fairly well placed here. We're gonna trade off the dark square bishops as well. And then the knight gets the usual e5, and c5 access, all depending on what he plays. He does have queen to d4, but we can, yeah, easily fight against that. And he does have some dark square issues here, but we don't have a dark square bishop, so it's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're gonna move the king. You have to be a little bit careful. If his knight could somehow end up here, it would be checkmate, but you know, that's a long square for this knight to get. And yeah, now we'll just try to improve the position of our pieces as much as possible. Yeah, my light square bishop is not amazing, but his light square bishop also not doing that much. Okay, so he wants to go after this pawn, weaken it, and we of course don't want to allow that. So we're just gonna play queen to b6 and offer a queen trade, which he kind of cannot decline, as we've nicely connected with the queen and king. So we're going straight into the endgame here against this strong setup, but you know, I've seen it done by other strong players, so could be okay. Again, sometimes if I will not be playing for uploading on the channel for recording, basically I'm making these games to explain to lower rated players what to do, what to consider in what moment. Sometimes if I'm just playing without recording, I will get maybe some better games, maybe some better positions, maybe I will be playing faster, maybe even more risky, so I will sacrifice for some sort of a disgusting attack and maybe win a game that could be considered brilliant, but that's not what I'm going for with these videos here. Okay, so knight belongs here, definitely. As the e7 pawn is somewhat weak, but we're gonna trade. That's what we came for. And yeah, let's go for this. Now the point is, his bishop is on the same square as all of his pawns. So for the moment, this is a bad bishop. Now we have to make our knight as strong as possible. Okay, so where does the knight belong? The knight belongs on c5, some would say. It's a good square for the knight, but e5 is also very nice. e5 is also very nice. We're going to put it on c5 for the moment. Since we have a4, we don't have to worry. We have a5, we don't have to worry about b4. And yeah, now we'll see how he makes the light square bishop useful. What's where would I put the light square bishop? Probably at some point I would play f4, maybe to have f5 ready. But no, he wants to put it on this diagonal. Okay. And what do we do with our rooks? Yeah, so he might, yeah, he can't go after the pawn immediately. So we're just gonna prepare b5. I think that's the reasonable thing to do, since he already moved the bishop from this diagonal. Okay, so he stops it, but now he gives up the b4 square for our knight, which could be even more interesting. Yeah, which could be even more interesting. Okay, so our rooks now have no business being here. Now we have to create some sort of a breakthrough here. Yeah, okay, let's just grab more space here. Let's get the knight to b4. It's a nice dark square, and we are hoping to very much annoy him. If he really wants to go after the pawn, we can still defend it, so it's not really an issue. Okay, so he goes f4. He wants to get f5 in, and we're not going to allow that. We're going to play f5 ourselves, which does weaken the e6 square, but I think the knight will be able to kick away anything that reaches the e6 square, especially from here, or, you know, some other squares if needed. But yeah, I'm banking on the knight being a lot more useful than the bishop. That's primarily my goal here. So, okay, we can simply move the rook. The rook no longer has any business being there. Okay, and he's gonna go for this breakthrough, as he should. As he should. So he wants to capture and activate his bishop this way. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. We have to... Yeah, we actually have to capture here. That's very interesting. And now, how do we do this? Yeah, we have to bring the knight back. The knight actually never belonged on c4, on b4. Yeah, he is slowly starting to make the bishop useful, but the b3 pawn could be an issue for him. Now, if I can defend this pawn, he will of course play f5 as soon as possible. But I think we can defend here, and yeah, let's go for this pawn. At least we will tie him down to the defense of the pawn. Let's do it like this. And yeah, he will defend it this way. And we're just gonna put our king here. Probably even push the pawn. Yeah, I'm probably even gonna push the pawn. Simply to prevent him from blockading the position here. Okay, so what is this? A nice move. Now let's go to the dark square. Yeah, this is it's a pretty painful point in my defense. Okay, so he goes here. What is this? He wants to play f5 right away. We're gonna get the king to f6, all the way to f6. We don't really mind f5 now, since the king is defending here. It's on a dark square, and he does not have access, or will he ever get access to e6 as long as my knight is here. So it's a really tough position to consider. And a pawn sacrifice here, while it looks very nice and flashy, I don't think it does anything. I could be wrong, but yeah, okay, so he gains control over these squares, as he should. And what's the game plan now? Yeah, I don't have much here. Definitely don't have much. Yeah, the rook is actually beautifully placed here. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go here. All right, so he goes after the pawn, as he should. We're gonna defend it. Is this an issue for me? No, it isn't. The king will be very much stuck there, so it's not the best. Not the best. I'm thinking there's some sort of a sacrifice here for him, and I don't think he even has to defend the b3 pawn that much, since if my knight moves, it's kind of game over for me. So it's a really, really wild position. Yeah, maybe the rook perhaps belonged here, but again, it's very, very hard because he can then capture here. I have to move my king, then he maybe gets the capture here. Not right now, maybe in the future, maybe get some sort of passed pawn action going on. So the good thing for him is that I have no moves. So that's definitely going his way. He is calculating, of course, some checks here if he can maybe get some action. But yeah, even if he can get like a check, knight captures, check. My rook is defending the g6 pawn, so he cannot connect with that. g5 check. Yeah, okay, so he again abandons the plan of... So this we just push. No, we capture here. Yeah, if this we capture, if this we push. So that's kind of the plan here. Really hard to find a decent move here. Hmm. Yeah, we play a waiting move. We play a waiting move. Now this check could be strong, yeah. Now this check could be strong, maybe, yeah. No, he goes here. Okay. It's very interesting. Yeah, we're gonna move the king. We're gonna move the king since we don't have to worry about the pawn. Yeah, now if he goes here, we just go back, I think. No, now he can't go there because maybe I can even capture here. But then it's a slugfest. And we're sort of both going into time trouble here. Well, him more so than me, because he's the one that's pushing for a win here. So yeah, okay. How do we want to play this? I feel like I have to capture. I can't just ignore it. Or can I ignore it? Yeah, let's go here with the knight. I think that's the way to go. If he repeats, I just bring back my knight. And if he captures, go something like this. Okay, so he goes for this. Very nice. Very nice. Or is it? Or is it? He gave up this square for my knight, so I'm very happy with that. Yeah, let's just trade everything now. Now we trade everything and we say that does not work for you at all. Okay, so we're gonna go here. If he goes for this, I don't think we need to be worried. Now it's merely a matter of getting our rook into the game. He will go after this pawn, yeah? No, this is now just bad. He just blundered the rook here. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he knows what he's doing. He wants to capture here. Maybe he knows what he's doing, but he will have to prove it. Yeah. Okay, he will capture here. Play king f8. No, he won't. He actually won't. Yeah, let's defend. Defend. All right, let's stop any check. Let's go. Let's grab hold of the dark squares. Yeah, he doesn't allow me to capture this. Let's get our rook into the game. Becoming very dangerous. We're getting both very low on time. He, of course, wants to go in. We're gonna go here. We're gonna check him now. No, he's gonna check us. I wanna control the dark squares, but he's He's trying to take the light squares. Let's take here. Yeah, okay, now we just have to defend our pawns, trade rooks, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, now we just trade. Now we just trade and that's it. He cannot do anything anymore. That's it. Yeah, thank you. Go. Let's go here. Oh, I actually left my rook hanging there. Because he had 1 second on the clock and I couldn't focus anymore. But yeah, okay, we persevered this one. It was pretty crazy, but let's now learn why we got into such a passive position in the first place, as this is not what you want out of the hyper-accelerated dragon. So yeah, okay, this is all very standard stuff, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay, this is nice, so here, okay. This is all very standard. A5 first. Okay, so A5 first, not maybe the best, yeah. There are some positions where A5, A4 is a plan. This obviously not one of them. The suggestion is to go for this maneuver that I went for immediately and not go A5 first. But what's the... okay, so he gets to play knight to B5 and really control my position, as I will not have A6 to kick away the knight. So that's the way to do it. He shouldn't have allowed this trade. I played bishop C6, F3. Okay, sort of immediately going for the trade is the way to go. So I'm controlling some dark squares here, which will force some rook F2 moves. But okay, I played this, captures, he gave it check. So F6 here. Yeah, F6 maybe. But yeah, king G8 still fine. So this is perfectly fine. Queen B6, yeah, this is 0-0 position. We captured, this was a fine decision. We played knight C5, yeah. So... other than this A5 pawn push, we played okay. He played A4. Yeah, rook here. Captures, knight here. Yeah, so this perhaps a bit too ambitious. I thought that I will be the one paralyzing his bishop and rook, but in fact he was the one that was completely keeping my rook out of the game. So yeah, he played this, I played this, yeah. The ancient wants e5 right away, saying that I should just do it. Like e5 captures and just trade everything, and that's it. Now the rook controls the pawn, and we continue from here. But okay, I played this. I went for the pressure. He had to defend it. I played h6. Yeah, okay, perfectly fine. Doubling up here, sort of a little bit better, but I think, yeah, with king f6, it still holds. Rook f2. Yeah, again e5, yeah. I should have probably played it, but I didn't want to waste precious time. Yeah, here he played bishop to c2, and now he's actually winning. Yeah, as we were... Yeah, but when we were calculating g5, I thought it was impossible because I just capture... so not capture and allowing king captures on g5, but f5. F5 is the move. And now, yeah, you either run or you capture, and then after captures you have to go... Either you go under the mask of the bishop or you go here. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Just rook captures here, and after king h8, rook here. Wow, look at this. Rook here, king captures, rook to f7 check, and now it doesn't matter if you go here or here because rook to h7 is checkmate. So yeah, we missed that. Okay. G5 was definitely the move. He went here, which is still great for him, and I was, holding on by a thread. But now he sort of allowed me a little bit back into the game. Not a lot. He's still winning. Yeah, this was an overpush, but he was already very much low on time here. He should just regroup and continue pushing. Yeah, he played f5. I played captures. Knight f6. No knight f6. Knight c5 here. Really? Wow. Okay, so I played this. He moved the rook back, which was a mistake. Yeah, now he blundered the rook. I played knight h7 check, won his rook, and now I'm completely winning here. He played bishop here. Yeah, best was to capture, but I didn't... so yeah, just capture. You don't care about this. Yeah, okay. We were too low on time here. I just want to see if I gave him a chance to get back into the game. Yeah, it's still better. Yeah, now we just, I believe, traded everything and that's it. But In the final move where he lost his time, I blundered a rook, which is nice. Yeah, here, see, I wanted to defend the pawn, and I completely disregarded that the rook was under attack. Yeah, check, and but okay, he had less than a second on the clock, so we were lucky this one. But yeah, again, not the best game, but not all that was missed other than that a5 move, which sort of allowed him to really seize the initiative. We just played it poorly, but as it's to be expected. I'm not as I'm not used to playing dragon possessions. I'm still learning, and you know, with each game, we take something more from the hyper accelerated dragon. Hopefully, you know, in 100 games, we'll have the complete picture. So yeah, once again, hope you guys enjoyed it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing with everything that's happening in the chess world, checking up on your wonderful suggestions, and playing some rapid chess. See you soon.